welcome to Ecoholics Toppers Talk. And today we have with us a very special guest, Shivangi, who is the Indian Economic Service topper for the year 2025. Heartiest congratulations to you, first of all, Shivangi, to you and to your whole family for this huge success.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So let's begin firstly by understanding how your journey began in economics. Please tell us something regarding what was the inclination like from the school days itself.
So, ma'am, a brief introduction about myself. So, during school time, I was a science student, but post my 12th, I decided to pursue economics. So, I did my graduation from Banaras Hindu University. So, the approach there was more bit of a theoretical. Then, to explore more, I went to Madras School of Economics. Thereafter, I decided to not to sit for placements and further continue with academics because in last semester of our masters we did dissertation. So I found my inclination towards economics or towards academics or research in particular. To know more about economics, I got very much interested in that. Then thereafter, I started pursuing a PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University. So right now, I'm in fourth year of my PhD. Uh, and journey with economics so far has been very interesting. Apart from exam as well, economics as a subject has always fascinated me. And I think reading economics give me mm, a sense of purpose or a better understanding of society or world around me.
Wow. Shivangi, the very first question that intrigues me is that you were a science student and then you shifted to economics. So, how did that change happen and what triggered that change? And how did you cope up with economics initially when you had just changed the subject?
So, ma'am, actually, that interest came from my grandfather. He said he was always speaking very highly of economics. He was like everybody should read economics once in their lifetime. So that was the first step of interest, curiosity, which was implanted in me by my grandfather. Then, ma'am, shifting because in what we say science as well, I did not want to pursue with BSc or BTech. So and economics, and there was a interest for economics in me personally as well. So I decided to shift towards economics. Initially, when I was actually like any other student, I was also very stressed out about switching to a newer domain. But economics initially it has always been very welcoming, and for I think for everybody it will be. I went through NCRT books and basic books, and I felt that it's doable. So that's why I stepped into it.
You mentioned that your grandfather inspired you for learning economics. Now that you have learned economics and you are now amongst the top, one of the top people who are going to become policymakers of the tomorrow. So, how do you feel? What are the things that you have learned in economics that you would love to pass on to your to the younger generation and to the generation who is aspiring for policy making or maybe for economics oriented examinations?
So, ma'am, I think it took me a number of attempts, but I was serious about this exam for last three attempts. So, the first and foremost knowledge which I would like to pass is that know your syllabus thoroughly. uh, what I did initially, the mistake I did, I used to study everything without actually understanding the essence of this examination in particular. So go through PYQ papers, know what your exam is expecting from you. What is the agency which is conducting this exam? What is the nature of its evaluation, or how? What kind of solution or what particular point are they expecting from you? Like in IES in particular, the way forward should be positive. It should be something solution oriented. So thoroughly observe your what we say syllabus, go through each and every point in detail, and then go through PYQs and the nature of answers you are supposed to provide, and then step into this examination.
Absolutely. You mentioned about your preparation. Now, of course, for every student, जो preparation time होता है वो बहुत crucial होता है because I also receive a lot of students calls and messages almost on a daily basis saying that मैम कितने महीने में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, सिलेबस कितने महीने में हो जाएगा, इज 6 मंथ्स इनफ और इज 18 मंथ्स इनफ, और क्या एक साल कंप्लीट करना, कंप्लीटली डेडिकेट करना काफी है, क्या वर्किंग करते करते हम कर सकते हैं, सो मेनी थिंग्स रिगार्डिंग टाइम फैक्टर. And you mentioned that yes, you required a couple of attempts. Now tell me, जब एक बार अटेम्प्ट फेल हो जाता है तो थोड़ा सा यू हैव टू स्टेप बैक, और थोड़ा वो फेलियर एब्जॉर्ब करने में और वापस रीराउट करने में थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी होती है इनिशियली. सो हाउ डिड यू कोप अप विथ ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एंड stick to a schedule, or maybe made your own schedule?
So, since I mentioned I'm pursuing PhD, so I joined library. So I used to go to JNU library. So I picked up my very schedule from there itself. So my first step was that even in spite of not getting selected, I didn't used to sit at home or to cry about it. I won't deny it used to happen, but in spite of all that, I thought in a way that I'll go to library and read something. So rather than going into emotional setback from where you need a lot of energy or picking up, you should rather continue with your what you say schedule we have. Suppose you're going to library or somewhere, and do it in bits and pieces, like start with reading newspaper, or like I used to focus on my PhD work for that meanwhile when I was not very focused on this exam there. Ma'am, I think it's up to you. You have to be about your dream and how badly you want it. And I think that will give you the energy. You should analyze. And whenever the marks were there, I always used to see I'm near there. The difference from cutoff is not very high. So that was also a push that I can do it. I just need a small improvement in a few particular areas. So that kept me going there. That analysis of myself and then sticking to my dream, and then again following my schedule, not giving up on that discipline or focus there. And of course, then there were few friends who were very supportive that you can do it, and then family members.
Hi, Shivangi, sorry. I just had to
Okay.
close my video because I had to,
Acha, acha,
have a
acha.
lot of,
That's okay.
that's why.
That's okay.
But
That's
yes,
okay.
everything got recorded. So I just closed my video so that, it
Acha.
just does not get into the whole thing.
Yeah, I get that. Listen.
Okay, yeah. Uh, huh. So I was listening to you in terms of, sorry. In terms of preparation, when we talk about the mains preparation, it requires a lot of conviction in terms of how you're going to build your answers. So tell me something on how did you start preparing for answer writing, and what were the sources that you studied really well to, understand that?
So, ma'am, I think answer writing is a very important part of this journey, and this was in this attempt that I gave it this very high importance to. And for that, I did pass 10 PYQs. And since I was not very good in GE1, I did PYQ of GE1 twice. So, ma'am, for answer writing, you have to understand. You have to see a few model answers, and we don't have much answer pattern or model answers for IES in particular. Still, we have some for CSC, so if one can go through that and understand that what are the requirement or what structured pattern UPSC expects us to follow. There is no model answer given by them though, but ma'am, sorry, your video is getting off, so I'm not sure if it is being recorded or we are in session or not. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
you're getting recorded. No problem. Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, I could restart. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got distracted because I thought ki, you left or
No, no,
something
no, no.
like that.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. You can
I,
continue. Yes.
I'll restart then. You can
Sure,
keep it
sure.
from here.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, ma'am, answer writing part is very important for IES in particular because and if you go through the syllabus and if you go through each and every paper, you will see that different set of answer pattern writing practice is required. Suppose for GE1 as well, we have to keep application-based approach and then apply the mathematical and theoretical knowledge we have and to present it well. Then coming to GE2 paper, ma'am, sorry, I'm getting very distracted. You should be here. I'm not sure if it is being recorded. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. Just a moment, just a moment. I'm here.
Ma'am, you can take your time, then we can do it. I just get very distracted while speaking that you're not there. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Could you repeat the question and we can restart? I'm sorry, I get very distracted like that.
No
Okay,
problem,
yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
I understand it's like a
Uh,
interface.
Talking to myself, yes.
Okay. So Shivangi, my next question is with regards to answer writing. How did you start preparing your answer writing, and what all things did you do to ensure that your answer writing is at par with the answers that are really that are evaluated well?
So, ma'am, my first step toward answer writing practice was to go through PYQs. So while going through PYQs, I did past 10 years PYQ and for all the papers, and then for G1 in particular, I did it twice. So, ma'am, while starting with answer writing, we should have a few model answers, or we can go through a few CSC model answers to get a basic idea that how we are supposed to present our answer in a sense of framework like introduction, then body, then going through a few flow diagram, and then there should be a way forward. Suppose you are has to examine a question critically, then the way forward should be rather optimistic. So there should be a balanced way of presenting that. So we can go through a few toppers, copy, or other model answers available for that. Then my second approach was that once I started with answer writing, I tried to get it checked with my friends who were there in JNU or who were also there in preparation journey. So by that I asked them to be as critical as possible so that I could improve upon my answer. So that these two basic approach was there. Initially, I didn't write the answer in time bound manner because when I was still learning how to present my answer. But after that, after working on it for 2 3 months, I started writing it into time bound manner of 2.5 to 3 hours.
Right. Um, when you got selected from mains to interview round, how was
Yes, ma'am.
that feeling like, and what all came across your mind while you got selected? This was your first selection in the interview?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
Yes.
God. So that would be something that would be really thrilling for you, right?
Uh, it was uh, it was a relief, more of a relief, I'll tell you honestly. And working in while working in PhD, I didn't get much time to analyze this and everything. So I was very occupied with my academic work as well. So yeah, it was a bit of a relief, but yes, I didn't get much time to celebrate it, and I knew that from others' journey, it's a part of
Exactly.
yes, as part of the step. So I didn't get very carried away with that.
That's good. That's good. And then how did you start preparing for your interview?
So, ma'am, this time what happened? Our interviews were announced 2 weeks before the interview itself. So we were not provided with much time. As we know, the entire cycle has been reduced by approximately 2 months. So, ma'am, there was only 2 week time. So I went through a few mocks. I gave a few mocks. I gave mocks in ecoholics as well. But the thing was that though they gave a few major comments like I didn't used to maintain eye contact or something like that, so I could work on the major domains, but there were problems which I was myself aware of that I should improve upon my way of speaking and so. But there was due to paucity of time, I tried to go through all the current events, then revise the static portion of economics and try to work on my speaking skill and presentation skill to uh, 2 weeks time provided with me with that set of window only.
Right, right. How did you feel in the interview hall, in the in reality when the interview happens? What was the
Yes, ma'am.
feeling like, and what all things happened in the interview?
So, ma'am, my interview was I was the first person in afternoon session. So the good thing was I did not get much time to go through that anxiety or through that waiting period, which is very harmful for an aspirant sitting there, because you go through a number of thoughts, you question yourself, then you see people going and coming in and out. So you ask them how was it. So you get a lot of chance of comparison, and so I was lucky enough in this sense that my I was the first candidate in session. So the as long as after we were through with our formalities, I went inside. And there were four women panel. All women panel was there this year. So there were four female there. So it was quite intriguing to see four female actually, and they were very friendly, though there were times when they did not agree with your answer. So you still have, and they used to question that, I was asked a question, should India be running bullet trains? So even if with my possible set of explanation, they were not very convinced. So they used to show that disagreement. So I think if one aspirant take it in a way that they are not convinced with my answer, then we might lose hope there, or start our quality of our answer might decline. But I think every question should be treated as separate. Like there was next question for me, that if what is official statement of India in Israel Palestine conflict. So that was the I was not aware about the UN official statement in particular. And since in ES we do not prepare for that, yeah. So there were a few questions which I was not very confident with, but I think you have to still present in your best possible format. And even if you're not aware, you should learn to accept that, sorry, ma'am, I cannot recall it right now, or something like that. That will also show your humility, and that you are open to learning, or that you are, we are all human only. So I think it was a good interactive session. It was a very enriching experience that way.
Great. So, Shivangi, three things that you would tell a ES aspirant while preparing. What are the three things that they should definitely do, and three things that they should definitely refrain from doing? So, if there are these three things, set of things, then what would you tell the aspirant?
So, ma'am, three things that one should definitely do. First is we should get into habit of newspaper reading. Like I said, ma'am, it was only 2 weeks time when we had left for the interview preparation, when interviews were announced. So you cannot cover all the information available there in 2 weeks. So if one had habit of reading newspaper from the very start, and especially for paper like GE4, we do need current insights to improve our answer, and even in G2 and GS paper that could add upon. So I think, ma'am, newspaper habit should be a newspaper reading should be a big habit which we should install in ourselves from the very start. Second is giving very equal emphasis and good importance to answer writing practice, because I'll tell you one thing. In GE2 and GE3 paper, what happened, that 10 extra pages were added for section B and C. Initially there used to be 2 pages. Now 1 page extra was added to that. So I was someone of a habit that I used to fill the entire page, whatever space is provided to us, and without realizing that 10 extra pages has been added here, I kept on writing. Then after a point when my quality of my answers started degrading, I realized that okay, these are the extra pages. But I think even on movement like that, when I realized that it's a crisis for this time, I was able to do it in required time frame because of the practice and the answer writing practice which I did, my subconscious training, what we call, or there was muscle memory regarding that. So I think answer writing practice should be given very high importance, very high regard. Then third thing which I would tell to all aspirant is that we try to find that we should हमें कहीं से notes मिल जाए और ये यहाँ के notes हो वहाँ के notes हो. I feel कि rather than that, what I did and what worked for me, that I went through books in particular, like a few chapters of Freud and then few chapters of Salvatore. पूरी book तो नहीं पढ़नी है, but yes, if we are smart about it, like Musgrave से 3 chapters पढ़ने हैं या फिर Freud से इतने chapters पढ़ने हैं. So rather than going through others' notes or for looking for one-stop solution, yes, coaching materials might be helpful, but I think the best approach is to go through the books, which the standard books available, and I think there is no alternate to that. Uh, Even if this one, yes.
Yeah.
And then coming to three big no's, which one should not be doing through our preparation journey. So taking the third point of my must do, books may don't read each and everything. Yes, there is a like I'll say book like H.L. Ahuja. You can't sit and reading that. I think एक attempt तो वो ही पढ़ते पढ़ते there is a 1200 pages book, so you'll spend a lot of time doing that. So don't do that. Be selective about it. Go through syllabus. Then we have IES Gate like platforms ना मैम, where toppers have put and I think कि वहाँ पे कुछ लोगों ने कौन कौन से chapters या कौन कौन सी books particularly पढ़नी है, we could take it from that. Then second thing which I would say aspirants not to do is to not to go into collection of lot many study materials which we see available online, or to fall for that. Don't do that. Either go for a specific notes which have been made. Uh, मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें मार्केट में अवेलेबल है, तो डोंट गेट कैरिड अवे विद दैट. स्टिक टू बुक्स और नोट्स यू हैव, और इसमें आपके ग्रेजुएशन और पीजी के नोट्स वुड एड माइट सफाइस, सो वी कैन ऑलवेज add that to our preparation journey. And third thing, which as no, I would say, is that one should not one should not be carried away with the level of sophistication or level of competition exam offers, because आपको अपने journey पे focus करना है. Don't get intimidated or don't get much carried away कि बहुत सारे aspirants बोलते हैं कि I तो left my studies 2-3 years back, now I am working. So I think that doesn't matter. You can always start your preparation or journey from whatever best resource you have, rather than comparing yourself with others or getting carried away with level of competition there is in market.
That's true. That's true. Highly appreciate your points. The three do's and three don'ts. Absolutely, correct. In terms of what students must do and should not do. I think the do nots are very, very critical because they are very time consuming. So if that direction has been taken by any student, and most of them take it, that compilation जहां से मिल रहा है notes ले लो, material ले लो, ये ले लो, वो ले लो, and then the pile of stuff and you're not doing anything, and it just
Ma'am, in for last phase of my preparation, I made a few concise notes, and that were barely 12 pages, 13 pages for all the papers. Like so that was very less at towards the end. Like I made first round of notes, then while revision, I made second round of notes for 20, 10, 12 pages. So I think the lesser content we have, the better it would be to revise and to retain as well.
right,
But
absolutely.
we learn that a harder way, of course.
We learn the harder way, yes. It's just that sometimes, like why do we conduct the toppers talk, or why do we consistently keep on blabbering literally that please, make sure that you do not hoard the material
Yes.
and hoard the books, because you're not doing any, you're not going to become a scholar. You have to be a policy maker. ये सारी चीजें बाद में आप पढ़ो, अपनी लाइब्रेरी बनाओ और खूब पढ़ो. But book, like reading cover to cover, buying, purchasing like five
Mm.
books for one subject is something that's completely not appropriate with
Yes.
examination specifically. So yeah, that I think that's something that you really mentioned. Something that I also would want to know is like some important things that you would like to impart to people for the personality test. And I'll tell you why I asked this, because uh, students from the initial time, instead of going through the whole journey, they would be very much interested कि अच्छा interview में कैसे होता है, what happens in the interview. Like you give a very interesting point कि 2 हफ्ते बचे थे, and if you're not an avid newspaper reader, then I mean you would not be able to complete the whole cycle of news of last 6 months in the 2 weeks. So I think that's a very important point, that you have to be a newspaper reader consistently. But so what else would you want to share to students for especially personality test?
So I think for personality test, what we had newspaper reading is of course must, and that also helped me in my journey because of that 2 week time constraint we had. But ma'am, I think apart from that, when we there is no such preparation for personality test. I would like to say everything is being tested. So be it your speaking style or be it your way of presentation. What I felt that while structuring my answers, my way of speaking also got structured. I think it was a wholesome package. Suppose if I'm being asked positives of subsidies, so I'm trying to in writing format, I'm trying to give it in 3 positive points. So that also followed in my speaking skill, and then that came along with me. So I think when we start studying, when we start reading, yes, one thing which we can do is that we can always, while reading or while studying, we can always practice in our head. Ki suppose I'm asked a question about this, how would I present it? So I think, ma'am, everything, whatever we are studying, whatever part of work we are doing, our way of speaking, our way of presenting, our way of structuring answer is contributing to our personality, and there is no particular preparation for personality there. Uh, doing all our work sincerely is adding to our personality, and that will be reflected in that day of interview. There is no separate for preparation there for personality test in particular.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. So Shivangi, I think that was it for today. I feel really glad to have chatted along the lines of your journey, because when someone sees the Indian Economic Service topper successful, everyone looks at the success, but the journey behind it is the one which actually made it possible. So thank you so much for spending time with
Thank
us.
you, and thank you for such warm regards. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I hope that your future journeys as amazing.
Sure.
Thank you.